part 1 of this story, Abijith set out on his 26,000 kilometer solo motorcycle journey with one prize in mind: Mongolia. He would now have to endure 11,000 kilometers of treacherous terrain before he arrived at the Mongolian plains. After 4 years of meticulous planning and dreaming, he kicked off in Uzbekistan.
I'm spending 22 days in Uzbekistan. The architecture in Uzbekistan is like really old. It dates back to around like 2000 BC. There are these brilliant mosques in Khiva and Bukhara. So I'm exploring the northern Uzbekistan and then going all the way to the west of Uzbekistan to the desolated Aral Sea, from which I'll exit and enter Tajikistan.
The challenge with mountainous terrain is the extreme weather swings.
So yeah, Uzbekistan is much warmer and it's more of a desert when you travel towards west. So from there, you will be entering the mountains.
Unbearable heat in the valleys, followed by freezing rain and ice-cold chills when he climbed up through the mountain passes.
This I'm really looking forward to because since I love the Himalayas and I've spent a lot of time in the Himalayas.
He would endure this weather pattern over and over and over again. Luckily, he had prepared for this.
I'm so happy that, the gear is working like a charm. It's 4 degrees right now and I'm really comfortable to ride. Because yesterday it was like around 36 degrees, so it's like a major temperature drop.
Months before his departure, he worked closely with the team at bigbadbikes.com to assemble his kit for the perfect all-weather riding gear. It included Climb's carbon fiber Krios helmet, the Latitude jacket and pants, under which he would wear the Aggressor 1 base layer paired with the induction gloves for when it was warm. In the cold, he would switch to the Aggressor 2 base layer and the Adventure long gloves while wearing the covert balaclava under his helmet to keep warm.
So I'm actually nice and warm inside. It's not that cold, but yeah, look at this.
Now in Tajikistan, he stopped briefly to join a local motorcycle rally before moving on to Kyrgyzstan. In just the first 50 days, he had experienced a huge variety of terrain, from stretches of blacktop to trails and everything in between. He worked his way through Kazakhstan, inching closer to his prize. There was just one annoying little complication.
So after my first entry to Russia, the Russian visa starts ticking.
To get into Mongolia, he had to enter Russia first, limiting his time in Mongolia to just 2 precious weeks. After this, he would be forced to re-enter Russia, board the Trans-Siberian Express, cross the largest country in the world,
and hopefully I can make it past Russia and enter Europe.
Hopefully, before his Russian visa expired. He had finally made it. 11,000 kilometers into his journey, he was now just days away from unlocking Mongolia.
I'm not too worried about the first entry, but after I enter Mongolia is where the adventure begins. I basically wanted to take an Indian bike which could handle terrain which Mongolia and Russia offer. The bike needs to survive because there are no roads, there are high river crossings, and it's easy to get lost in Mongolia.
He took the plunge. The clock was now ticking. And then, just 480 kilometers into Mongolia, on the flat and vastly desolate plains, an unexpected calamity, one that could spell the end of his entire trip. His motorcycle was crippled. A critical crack in the chassis was the culprit. Abijith weighed his options and decided to try and find the right technical support in Mongolia's capital city, Ulaanbaatar. Would Abijith make it to Ulaanbaatar, 1,400 kilometers away? How would he get his bike there? Would he find someone to fix it? And would he make it to Russia in time? Follow this story in part 3.
26 countries, 25,000 kilometers, one motorcycle. I'm Abijith Rao. Follow me on my epic journey.